You're watching New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
New at 5:30, alarming video of two men in custody. They claim they were kicked and beaten while handcuffed and lying on the ground. Now they're taking legal action.
An AccuWeather alert. Torrential rain and wind swept through the tri-state area today. This is video from a dome collapse at Sports World in East Windsor, Connecticut. The National Weather Service is investigating to see if a tornado hit the north central part of the state.
6 people were rescued in Fairlawn, Bergen County this morning after roadway under a train trestle flooded. 5 people were rescued off a commuter bus.
And an Eyewitness News viewer shared this video from Parsippany when Route 80 was flooded out. And good evening again at 5:30. I'm Diana Williams.
And I'm Sade Better-Inwa. We've been under an AccuWeather alert all day.
So let's check and get the latest from meteorologist Lee Goldberg.
Well, here's the good news, Diana and Sade. We're not seeing a resurgence of the violent storms this afternoon. We have flash flood watches that are out for New York City, points north and west. I would not be shocked to see that dropped a little bit early during the evening hours, just because the rain is getting lighter and a little bit more patchy. We definitely have some heavy downpours, and they're over in Sullivan County and into northern Orange County and western Ulster. So there can be some isolated areas of flash flooding there. But off to the south, still a few pockets of heavier rain. They seem to be weakening a little bit, but over the Delmarva, we'll have to watch and see if this goes up through New Jersey again. So we're still going to be in and out of rain through much of the evening hours. But in terms of the heavy rain, a lot of that's channeled to our west and also channeled offshore. Looking at our future scan just confirms that the evening commute will not be too bad. Just some light to moderate rain around the area. The heaviest pockets again up through the Catskills and into the mid-Hudson Valley. Much more at the 7-day AccuWeather forecast. I think you'll love what's happening around July 4th. That's coming up a little later on. Diana?
Can't wait. Thank you, Lee. A reminder, you can track the severe weather anytime using AccuTrack Radar at 7 online. You can also get updates anytime on the weather and the AccuWeather forecast. Just click on Weather.
Now to that shocking, brutal new video showing police officers allegedly beating and kicking 2 men in custody. It is sparking a federal lawsuit. Eyewitness News reporter Sandra Bookman reports live from Paterson, New Jersey. Sandra?
Sade, attorneys in this case say that beating stems from an altercation at this Paterson sports bar back in September of 2011. That altercation between an off-duty Paterson cop and one of the individuals you'll see in this videotape. And the attorneys in the case say that cop called fellow officers. So instead of this being a routine arrest, it turned into a revenge beating. The security camera video is graphic. Attorneys say it shows a swarm of Paterson police officers beating and kicking 2 men as they lay on the ground handcuffed during an arrest back in 2011.
Once an arrest is made and there is absolutely no resisting, these officers should not be taking justice in their own hand thereafter.
But you have an individual that is unconscious and the beating continues to go on.
That man, Miguel Rivera, says he suffered numerous injuries, including a broken eye bone and a concussion. But because he was knocked out almost immediately, he only knows what happened that night by watching the videotape.
It's not that I get angry. I just, I feel sorry that, I had to come to that. I just don't want that to happen to anybody else, A
just filed federal lawsuit accuses Paterson police of using excessive force in a so-called revenge beating. The second man in the video, Alexis Aponte, seen being dragged by the ankle to a squad car, had reportedly been in an earlier altercation that same evening with an off-duty Paterson cop.
They wanted to impose their own sentence on these 2 individuals as opposed to let it go through the system.
There's no specific dollar amount attached to the lawsuit. Attorneys say that will be up to a jury. As for what Miguel Rivera believes should happen to the police officers who he says beat him senseless for no good reason,
I just want them to get what they deserve. That's all.
Now, that second individual, Alexis Aponte, he is serving time on charges connected to the earlier incident at this pub behind me. We reached out to the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office for comment on this lawsuit. So far, no response. We're live tonight in Paterson, New Jersey. I'm Sandra Bookman, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sandra. An autopsy today confirmed that remains found hidden in a Dutchess County home are human and they are female, but we don't know yet if they belong to a woman who disappeared back in 1985. A contractor found the skeleton Friday while working on a vacant home on Vassar Road in Poughkeepsie. They were in a sealed container behind a false wall in the basement. Joanne Nichols lived there with her husband. The husband reported her missing. The husband was found dead in the home last December at the age of 82.
Well, an update now on that developing story we've been closely following in Arizona. 19 members of an elite firefighting crew killed after being overrun by a wildfire. The bodies of those hero firefighters have now been retrieved from the mountain where they died. All 19 were from an elite team known as Hot Shots. It's been just over a year since a group of Long Island firefighters came close to the same fate. And as Long Island reporter Josh Einiger found out, local leaders have already changed some things to prevent a tragedy here at home.
More than a year after he cheated death,
I don't know how we escaped that whole thing. Thank God we did.
Jim McGarry is still awestruck by his close call when a wall of fire raced right towards him.
If we would have went right instead of a left, we might have not even be here today.
He and 2 other volunteer firemen among the hundreds fighting this massive wildfire in Manorville last April. But when their brush truck became mired in muck, the flames overtook it. They found themselves on foot, forced to dive through the flames just to get to safety. They weren't completely unscathed, but they were so lucky.
When you're dealing with a wildland fire, you want to be very careful about where you are in regard to the head of the fire, the front of the fire, that moving fire front.
John Pavasic runs the Central Pine Barrens Commission and says there were lessons to be learned from the near tragedy when McGarry and his crew dispatched themselves to the flames with no big picture knowledge of the wind direction or speed, a decision that nearly killed them.
We probably shouldn't have gone in alone. We should have had another truck behind us, in front of us, or whatever. Should have been a bigger crew.
Since then, emergency management officials have drawn up new procedures to improve command and control and communication among 109 volunteer departments that serve Suffolk County. Jim McGarry has learned his lesson, but says all the rules in the world can do little to protect you when you're staring fire in the face.
You can't fight Mother Nature, you know. She's always going to win.
It certainly seems like Mother Nature has forgotten what happened here. There's some evidence, of course, of the fire that ravaged these pine barrens, but for the most part, it's all growing back. Suffolk County leaders say they, however, have not forgotten, and they hope their new policies and procedures will help save lives the next time a fire goes wild. In Manorville, Long Island, Josh Einiger, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Dramatic new surveillance video shows a horrifying police standoff with a man holding a 2-year-old girl. You can clearly see the man. There he is. He snatches the girl from a shopping cart in Oklahoma. Her mother right there pleading with him for several minutes as he holds a knife to the girl's throat. Police evacuated the store, and that's when negotiations started. But then there was an ominous countdown, and officers were forced to take action.
Obviously, our goal was to talk him down and get him to release the child. Unfortunately, we weren't successful, but we were successful in saving this child. And in fact, Captain Huff's actions were extremely heroic, and he waited to the very last moment.
A hostage negotiator fired a single shot from point-blank range, killing the man instantly. Little girl was not hurt, but boy, her mom and everybody. That had been horrible.
What a frightening scene. Well, coming up on Eyewitness News, the real-life hurt locker. Dramatic new video of a brave soldier stopping a suicide bomber.
And the video astonishing a lot of people who are watching this on the internet. That little toddler there, quite the fish in the pool. But what do you think about this? We'll have more coming up.
Closed captioning sponsored by Optimum. We're your TV, phone, and internet company.
When the sun came up, we set forth to explore new lands. After braving dangerous waters, we faced a dark and tangled forest. Excited for the adventure ahead.
A legendary adventure awaits. Book yours today at visitwilliamsburg.com.
Go more places, save more money. Need I say more? Now's a great time to explore during Toyota's Independence Sales Event. Have the freedom to go wherever you want, in whatever Toyota you want. Visit your local Toyota dealer now and find great deals on all your favorite Toyotas. The open road is calling.
Hurry into your local Toyota dealer right now and find great lease deals, incredibly low APRs, and amazing cashback offers during Toyota's Independence Sales Event. Toyota, let's go places.
When times got tough, we looked deep inside. We worked together and turned the tide. 'Cause we're stronger than
before. The Jersey Shore is open.
You bet it is. We're stronger than the storm. families living with dark secrets.
Your wife, your 2 sons were murdered.
Why his own daughter was behind this unspeakable crime. Next, Katie.
Tomorrow at 3 on ABC 7.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of the world's most comfortable pillow, My Pillow. We all have the same problem sleeping at night. Our pillows go flat. We end up folding our pillows over for support, using our arms, flip-flopping all night long like a guppy. We wake up in the morning, we have sore necks, we have headaches, our arms are asleep, we feel like we need a nap in the afternoon even though we've slept 8 hours. Well, with my patented fill, wherever you move this pillow, it'll hold the exact position for you as an individual, and you'll get the best night's sleep of your life. It stays cool. You don't have to flip it to the cool side. It stays healthy for a full 10 years, and it's warranted not to go flat. And you can throw it right in the washer and dryer, just like your favorite blue jeans. And I personally guarantee it's going to be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
When you call or order online, be sure to use the promo code MyPillow to get a generous 25% discount on your entire order.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
When the sun came up, we set forth to explore new lands. After braving dangerous waters, we faced a dark and tangled forest, excited for the adventure ahead.
A legendary adventure awaits. Book yours today at visitwilliamsburg.com.
Pat makes a shocking confession.
This will surprise you, but I have not been trained classically.
This week on Wheel.
Tonight at 7:30.
Right here on ABC 7.
Take 5 winning numbers tonight on 7online.com.
Okay, you got to watch this as a real-life version of the Oscar-winning film The Hurt Locker plays out in Afghanistan. Here's the video. Afghan security forces intercepted this Pakistani man before he could detonate his explosive device, his vest that he was wearing. They shot him and injured him. Then they disabled his vest and questioned him. All this happened along the border with Pakistan, not far from Jalalabad.
Well, here's some pretty stunning video as well. A toddler left unattended in a pool. Well, actually, her dad's right there shooting this, and he says everything's just fine. Adam Christensen of Dallas posted this video of his 16-month-old daughter, Elizabeth. There's Elizabeth swimming like a fish there. Keep in mind, she can't even talk yet, really. She maybe says a few words. A lot of parents who've watched this are kind of questioning whether Elizabeth might be in danger there, but her dad says he would never put her safety in jeopardy.
When I first watched her in there, every time she went face down, I was like, oh my goodness, she can't breathe. I was just worried to death. But the instructor assured us that she was just fine. The instruction is not actually teaching them how to swim, but rather engaging their reflexes.
Wow, she is quite a swimmer there. She swims up to 3 times a day, and she can actually dive underwater to pick up toys.
I think maybe she's a future Olympian.
Looks like it.
Look at her go. Well, the weather takes a tri-state area on a wet and wild ride.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, Lee's been tracking the blast of severe weather that slammed us since this morning. He'll tell us what's coming up, and if it does stop raining, here's something for you.
We are at the Socrates Sculpture Park in Long Island City, a picturesque spot for a little Tai Chi. This is being offered free, as are other classes at other beautiful spots throughout the city. I'm Lauren Glassberg with the story coming up.
The day that I found out she had cancer, it was hard, and I just lost it. It was in her right leg. I was definitely afraid she would never walk again. The doctors in Montefiore removed Crystal's tumor and created an adjustable device that grows with her. As of today, she's cancer-free. Crystal's running and jumping everywhere now. She's back to being a normal kid. They gave us back the life that we love to live.
It's that time again at your Hyundai dealer. That's right, the tent is back. Come in and find amazing deals all over the lot. Like a new Elantra for just $159 a month, or save up to $2,000 with no payments for 90 days. Save even more with an EPA estimated 38 mpg highway. For $159 or $2,000 in savings with no payments for 90 days, rush to the Tent is Back sales event at your Hyundai dealer. After July 1st, the tent is gone.
So when I realized that I had made the bed over 10,000 times, that's when I had my mattress moment. We have been sleeping on the same one forever. So we went to the Mattress Gallery at Raymore and Flanagan. They have the biggest selection you've ever seen.
Find the largest selection of mattresses in the Northeast at the guaranteed lowest prices. Guaranteed.
Free next day delivery, setup, and old mattress removal. Make Raymore and Flanagan your mattress destination.
Let's say you want one of these. Now is the time to buy during the July 4th sale at PC Richard & Son. Get up to 2 years special financing on select washer-dryer pairs and 4-piece appliance packages when you use your PC Richard & Son credit card now through July 8th. Plus, you get all of them.
We're the delivery and installation team, and we'll make sure your new appliances are up and running perfectly.
The July 4th sale going on now at PC Richard & Son. Family owned and operated since 1909.
This summer, Long Island and New York State beaches are back and open for business.
With miles of waves to surf.
With brand new attractions that'll have you screaming for more.
Fleets of fishing boats to reel in the big one. And more than enough wineries to please every palate.
We're ready to make your New York State vacation perfect.
There's never been a better time to vacation in Long Island and New York State beaches. Plan your vacation at iloveny.com. The new state of New York. Welcome.
Tomorrow, the spotlight turns to the final 8 ladies as they eye semi-final berths. The championships, Wimbledon, the ladies' quarterfinals cross-court coverage begins tomorrow at 7 a.m. on ESPN2 and at 8 a.m. on ESPN.
Next live, Sasha Alexander, plus Nick Cannon, host, actor, rapper.
Well, you gotta keep it fresh, right?
Watch live.
Tomorrow morning at 9.
We got Lee back with us, and can we look ahead to the fireworks a little bit? It looks like it's going to be good, right?
I think we're going to be in really good shape. I mean, you know, an isolated storm north and west, otherwise near 90, you know, 85 to 90,
nice.
warm, humid.
For families.
We're not losing the humidity. We're just losing the storm threats once we get into the afternoon hours over the next several days. I mean, tomorrow could still be rough with some scattered downpours, but mid-lake wheat looks much better. I'll explain why. We'll go outside, and it's like this heavy waterlogged cloud just sitting over lower Manhattan, just so thick outside, warm and muggy, 74 degrees. Light rain. The wind is out of the south around 6 miles an hour, and it will stay that way as we go through the evening hours. I've been tweeting in some great pictures, and of course one of our own, Michelle Charlesworth, tweeted in this picture. Look at this. Need fins in this weather. Look at that old classic. Not even hydroplaning. They make them like that. Make them real good back then, right? And check this out. Flooding in Clifton on Route 3. Incredible rainfall rates there through the first part of the day. And then on Facebook, Roberta said we had a lot of water come into the Passaic County courts, and that's right through parts of Patterson and into Clifton as well. Flash flood watch from New York City north and west will take us to 10 o'clock tonight, and I'm very encouraged about the way the radar is looking. This is actually a future scan, which showing just patchy light showers over the next hour, and see some of the heavy showers that have moved off to the north. This is a current radar, and again, very light. It's a little moderate rain in Belmar right now, light rain getting into parts of Long Island. It's a little heavier over parts of the Catskills, but nothing outrageous. And there are some downpours over central Pennsylvania. We'll have to watch this area right here and make sure it doesn't flare up and come into New Jersey, but I really think we're in good shape. The Bermuda high is really strong. We're still channeling in all this moisture, but what will happen is the Bermuda high will get even stronger, and that's good news for us because this edge here will probably be right about here by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll just be on the eastern edge of some afternoon storms as that Bermuda high keeps us hot and humid, but also gets us away from some of the storminess. That also means a continuation of the blazing heat out west. 111 Las Vegas right now, 107 in Phoenix. It was about 128 in Death Valley over the weekend. Just remarkable. All right, so here is the satellite and radar and a future cast through the evening hours. The steady rains we talked about over the Catskills and Hudson Valley, just scattered overnight. Yes, we could see some scattered downpours during the midday and afternoon hours tomorrow, but then watch what happens on Wednesday. The focus starts going to our west. I mean, we're still vulnerable to a couple of storms, but not the way we will be during the day tomorrow. So good trend into the weekend. The Mets might have a shot at getting the game in tonight. I mean, it's a soggy field right now, but showers are becoming more scattered. Here's your weather wellness. Air quality good tomorrow. The sunburn index at a 6 because there's still a lot of clouds around. But later in the week, more sun, fewer storms. So it's less active on Wednesday, 83. Mid to upper 80s on July 4th. Just an isolated storm. Isolated again on Friday and Saturday, up near 90 degrees. And I'm not putting storms in the forecast on Sunday and Monday. So we're going to get to a hot, humid stretch as we get into the holiday weekend, just in time to wring the atmosphere out.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
All right.
perfect, though. I'm
Yeah.
people heading to the beach.
No doubt,
watching the
just in time.
fireworks. Okay. Thanks, Lee.
Thanks, Lee.
Okay, sure, it's rainy today, but with summer in full swing, there is nothing like breaking a sweat while getting some fun in the sun at the same time.
There are plenty of workouts that are happening all around here, but we are focusing on some that are free because we like free. Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg is here with more.
Free does feel good. It makes that workout that much better. And these are free offerings all around the city in all the boroughs, best suited, obviously, for a day that's a lot drier and sunnier than today. And these classes are also suitable for any fitness level.
We're both a outdoor art museum and park. With our waterfront access and the beautiful gardens, it only made sense for us to promote health and nutrition as part of our public programming.
So imagine doing Tai Chi alongside an art installation. You can also come to the Socrates Sculpture Park in Astoria for yoga and kayaking, all free, which only enhances the experience. And it's one of the spots highlighted in Well & Good's Healthy Summer Guide to New York.
This year, the guide is covering all the boroughs, and there's more offered this summer in Brooklyn, in Queens, and the Bronx than ever before.
And in addition to classes you can pay for, there's an extensive list of free outdoor options offered by a variety of fitness studios.
And many of them just want New Yorkers to be able to try their workout, experience it outside, and then, you know, if they fall in love with it, come into the studio.
Good job, guys.
Cadence DeBus has a studio for private training in Brooklyn, but this is her chance to offer Brooklyn strength to locals for free.
We wanted to work with the park so that we could bring quality fitness to a wider population. I'm sure people are coming so they can also take a walk along the water and look at the beautiful view.
Taking a deep inhale.
And the West Village offers an equally picturesque setting for a vinyasa class by Sacred Sounds Yoga.
We love being a part of the greater New York City community, so we wanted to offer something for the New York City community, and what better way than to celebrate the summer with yoga on the pier.
And that's something to say to.
We all want a little more breathing room, and so working out in the parks and piers really gives us that.
And if you'd like to see a complete list of Well & Good's summer guide, go to 7 Online, click on Lifestyle and Fun, and again, free.
Free.
That is music to my ears. The settings are so beautiful.
I know.
I actually don't think I would work out. I would just sit there and look.
Okay, thanks, Lauren. Destroyed by Sandy until 7 on your side, and a whole community came together to reopen doors.
And some ingenuity to get an iconic New Jersey restaurant up and running again. How they did it using shipping containers coming up.